There, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel and welcome to Mixed Media Frenzy. This is a YouTube hop involving mixed media, and I am using this inspiration piece, and actually we're all using this inspiration piece from Missy Whidden, and she is super talented and it's such a beautiful piece. It was a lot of fun to be inspired by it. So what I took from that is that there's a top portion with a bit of a pattern. Hers has kind of a grid on it, and then the bottom portion is white paper. Now, I don't know if she has a video or anything for that particular layout. I did not go and check. I just simply looked at the layout and went from there. So I don't know if she gessoed anything or anything like that. I don't have gesso on my paper. And actually, I take that back. I do have some gesso on my bottom piece of paper, but not on the top piece of paper. That top piece of paper is a piece from Heidi Swap, and I don't know where I got it from. I've had it in my stash for quite some time, and I don't believe I got it from, I don't believe I bought it. I think somebody gave it to me, actually. I just have that one piece, and then I have another piece that has a hexagon type shape on it. So I decided to use the chevron, and as you saw, I had to cut apart the paper so that I could get the plain section of it, because there was some text and images in the upper right hand corner, or upper left hand corner and bottom right hand corner, and I didn't want those text or images on my piece, so I just wanted the chevron to be plain. And so that is why I took the center out of that piece of paper. Now it kind of looks like I'm making a big mess there, and I'm not super happy with how it's coming out at the moment. But you know what? A lot of times with mixed media, you just have to keep playing. And so that's what I do, and I really do love the end result of it. It's a lot of fun, and that is just taking a note from Missy herself. She says just keep going and keep playing with it. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm just going with it. I'm adding greens and some teal and turquoisey colors. I don't want it to be too blue, but I also don't want it to just be kind of one note green. I want there to be several different shades of green and some that are a little bit more leaning towards the blue. So I am definitely playing with that. And what I'm doing there is I'm just splattering some drips along on top of it, and I use my scissors to tap on my pen because it kind of gives a sharper tap, and the water droplets come off of the brush a lot easier. And I'm using a water brush right there. I don't normally do this with a water brush, but it's what I had. I'm not working on this at home, and so I don't have all of my tools with me. So I'm making do with this really large water brush, actually. Normally I don't use a large flat brush for this either. I kind of go with a round brush, but you know, you make do with what you have when you have the time to be creative. So that's what I'm doing. So I am kind of just brushing over that to get a little bit of the green hue up into those other chevrons. I don't want it to look like there's just like a semicircle on the paper of green. I want it to have, I want to carry those colors up higher on the paper, and to make it look a little more naturally kind of variegated, maybe is the right color. I'm not, or the right word. I'm not really sure. But I want it to have a little bit more interest up in those corners. And now I'm adding a little bit more blue. And the reason I'm going with these colors is I have this photo of well, we went four-wheeling with my son, and we have a Jeep. He has a Jeep. He's got a couple of friends with Jeeps, and it's a really good thing you can do and stay social distancing because you're all in your own cars. And so you'll notice in the picture everybody's standing really far apart from each other, except for my son and his girlfriend, who are together anyway. So we did stay social distancing in this particular on this particular day. But in the photo you can see there's a lot of that turquoisey blue in the sky, and then there's a lot of the green. My son's Jeep is in there. His Jeep is green, and then one of the guys is wearing a green sweater, and so that's why I decided to go with the green and the blue. And those colors are just two of my favorite colors together anyway, so it's not uncommon to see some of my layouts have those two colors on it together. Now I did do a line of stitching across the top and the bottom of that chevron paper, and you can see my tape gun ran out of tape right then, so I'm going to replace that off camera. And then I am using this Heidi Swap paper that I found on clearance at our local scrapbook store. It just has that navy blue edge around it, and that's all I bought it for. And literally when I found out it was like 20 cents a sheet instead of like 50 cents a sheet, because I thought it was marked down from $1 to 50 cents, and then when they went to ring me up they were like, oh, it's only 20 cents a sheet. I was like, give me more, give me more, because a lot of times I'm just looking for that little border edge, and in navy blue, that's a hard color to find. So I really like how it looks. And then I'm using this cut file, and that is a cut file that I made myself on my silhouette. And I did cut it apart just because I wanted to stretch it just a tad. And I really like the gears on it. It's kind of simple, and it's just cut in black paper, which makes everything kind of pop off the page. And I like how it looks over the mixed media. And I did back the photo with white, and then I also backed it with navy blue that I had in my scrap bin. So it's got navy blue and white, and the stitching on it is black. So that I'm bringing in the black by way of the stitching and the cut file, and I like how that looks. Also going to bring in, you can see kind of those, I don't know what they're called, pulleys. They're not gears, but right at the top of the screen there's like it's like a belt there that is on pulleys or whatever. I'm not exactly sure what those are even called, but I'm gonna bring those in just to add another color, and I really like that, and it's a neutral color so it works well. And I'm just putting it right over the top of the cut file. I like how that looks. It just looks like these gears and these pulleys are all working together, kind of like what you would find in an engine, or an old school engine maybe, I don't know. So anyway, I like how it looks, and it makes me think of mechanics. And you know, my son does a lot of work on his Jeep, and he did work for a mechanic shop for quite a while, and so he's got a lot of experience in that, so it all makes sense in my mind. And so that's why I'm totally happy with putting it on my page. And I am keeping this very simple, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and work on the title here. My title is just going to be Off-Road, and then I will have a subtitle that says Hollister Hills. But while I work on that, let me tell you a little bit about our hop. Everybody is using that same inspiration piece from Missy, and we are all just going with it in our own way. So there is a group of us playing along in the description box down below. You can find all of the links, so you can go over and check out all of the ladies and see what their inspiration or what they were inspired by, and see how they took that inspiration piece and made it their own. So go check them out. We do this every month, the last Friday of the month. Yeah, the last Friday of the month. So you can come back next month and find more inspiration. And there's a smaller group of ladies that do Mixed Media Frenzy more frequently than this particular hop. So you can also check that out. And that would be on like Krista's channel. There's several of them that actually are playing along these days. So anyway, check that out as well. So I do have these tiny tile stickers. They're not stickers, they're die cut, and it's a stamp and die set that I used, and I stamped them in navy blue, and I used Juniper Mist from Catherine Pooler as the ink, and then I used the die to cut them out, and I can cut out as many as I want so I can get all the letters that I need. And that was quite a few because Hollister Hills has 4 L's in it, so I needed 4 sets because L is not one of the letters that is duplicated in this set. You do get a couple of A's, you do get a couple of E's, but L's is not one of them. So that is why there's so many sets there, but that's okay. I have a little bin that I just put them all in, and when I am looking to make a title out of tiny tiles, I just go through that bin and I can pull out whatever letters that I want. And I like that they're stuck on there, they're perforated. You just bend them back and forth and pop them right off that little strip. It works great for me. So I'm just going to pencil in some lines down here and do a little bit of journaling. And that's pretty much going to take us to the end of the layout. The close-ups are coming up here in just a few moments, so stick around for those. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video today. And if you have, you can give me a thumbs up and like and subscribe down there. That'd be great. I'll see you next time.